Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition, play by email against Jochen. Jochen is the allied player and for me is the Empire of Japan. Still the scenario 1 and the 1 day turn set up. Picking up the next bases here, the Philippines. And so far I also realized now that you can only pick up one base for free each day. There's a limitation. I never saw more, I never saw less. Or less is possible, but not more. So my local minesweepers are here and cleaning the mines in Balikpapan, simply to open the port that I can ship the oil out. I need the oil in Surabaya. This is now the landing operations in Port Blair and my patrol ships and my most of my ships, they normally clean the mines, but one of my cargo ships run into the mine. Hopefully I can maybe still unload everything before the ships go down. So no night bombing, no other sub activity. Okay, this one ship go down, but I have enough other cargo ships to pick up the guys. So, and it's only a lighter SNF unit. Oh no, this is my AP. Oh no. So after many days, even maybe weeks nearly, Jochen is able to find one of my APs, but this is one good AP and he hit it with 3 torpedoes. One torpedo would maybe not sink it, but 3 torpedoes. That is a good hit chance. Out of 4 torpedoes, 3 hit. Tja. And it go immediately down. Luckily, this was empty, so this is on the return way out of Luganville back to Lari. So I lost now 1 mini cargo ship and 1 good AP. Okay, landing losses. Not the best start for the day. So unloading is more or less maybe done already. And we have a minefield. So looks the mines of Balikpapan are already all done. Ooh, and now is a Mark 14 hit. So today is a torpedo attack of Jochen. So the next small ship is... And my attack failed. So this was, I think, the unit where I was... I don't know, let me check. Yeah, I think last time I saw here the AP, but this can be also other task force. Anyway, there are 3 cargo ships, but I missed the attack. So Jochen's submarines are always successful. And here's now a cruiser formation, looks like. Oh, and they're picking up my mini cargo unit. Yeah, we know how this ends, that for sure. So here's a battleship. And maybe some heavy cruisers and destroyers and light cruisers. So this is a one-sided battle. This we don't need really to watch, simply because I don't even have any ship with a torpedo. If there's maybe one ship with a torpedo, I can maybe say, okay, run in, send the torpedo, and then get rid of it. What I was maybe missing was the opportunity to maybe cover this unit by torpedo bombers. So my carriers was not in position. I maybe had cover this unit better. That was my fault. I was normally expecting that something happened. Normally I was expecting an airstrike. And after the loss of Kaga, I really have not much units left here to fight in India Ocean now. And it's too far away from my land bases to really ensure air cover is strong enough to overcome maybe a carrier strike. But Jochen bring here in his heavy units. So, but you never know. So maybe the carriers are also somewhere. Maybe he covered his unit with air cover. Then it will be a mess at the end. So losing this cargo fleet is at the end only a lot of ships go down with no value. And the main task, taking Port Blair, is done. Luckily, I don't even can land one enemy, a hit on an enemy. 6,000 yards is simply too far away from my deck guns or my cargo ships, and even what a deck gun of a cargo ship can do against a heavy cruiser battleship formation. Nothing left here. And more or less everything sunk. Or everything sunk, yeah. So we can see here's one battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and some support stuff. A victory for Jochen. That's for sure. So the whole day was a disaster at the sea for the Japanese so far, but the only really ship I really care was the AP. Everything else is small stuff, doesn't matter. I have hundreds of, even Japan have 100 of these small ships. If I don't lose 10 per day, then it's fine. Most of these ships are only in port and I don't really use them because they are so slow and not sure what I really can do with them in this, at least now, these early days. If I later maybe take all of the Dutch islands and all these places, I can carry more resources around, something like this. So, bombardment in Xi'an, so nothing new here. Still making damage, but I cannot really destroy anything. I still try to intercept this incoming units supporting or want to reinforce Changsha, simply because they're moving in open terrain. This is a better target for me. But the Battle of Changsha is more or less at least first over. And I need to recover and must rethink if there's any other possibility. Aero was pretty standard. My small cargo ship still trying to survive, but the flotation is simply... It's a light cargo ship, it's never built to handle a torpedo. Especially if a Mark 14 have an impact, then the explosion warhead is simply much stronger than the older Mark 10. It's nearly double the damage it can create. Jochen uses Dutch and British Buffaloes to make a ground attack, ground strafing. But really, and you even have some bombs you can throw. Okay. And also some Dutch medium bombers. But with 15 kilogram bombs, this is... I think this is simply a scout plane again. This is not a bomber. The B-17 is attacking me here in open terrain, so normally, yeah, why not? The problem is only, or for Jochen, is I have a lot of flak. And I can kill even one. One instant kill and 7 more damage, and only very lightly damage for me. Okay, this attack was better for him. I was not really, not even kill or damage him. Big amount of this attack was. So Aero was really... There was an opportunity for me, but I can explain this later. But of course, you will never know what will happen. And it was a complete surprise for me that Jochen bring in here some heavy units so close to... in range of my Navy bombers of Bangkok. So... more amphibious assaults, catching up here, taking these bases. Now we have the third battle of Bandering, and maybe, hopefully, also the last one. So here we hear the voices of the victory. So the Japanese army again was successful, at least here. The Dutch simply cannot hold much longer. And all surrender, so there's no escape mode, there's no base left. At least this success, I mean the whole Java invasion was was a non-stop success, only that the Sawabaya blow-up industry, that is really the only stuff that was, the only part of this operation failed. And this is of course a big failure because it cost me thousands of tons of supplies to repair. But the army battles all went very smoothly. Again, nearly nothing gets destroyed for me, only disabled, and I can recover this maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. Good. So this turn was not a good turn, for sure. But at least at the end we get a small bonus, or small bonbon, you can say, or a victory at least to soften up all these losses of my navy. But again, all what I lost at the navy, all the small cargo ships, I would say it doesn't matter. I don't really care. Only the AP I care. Good. We arrive at 25th of February. We really coming close to the end of the month. Air losses was today nothing. So I kill one B-17 by flak, but no operational losses. This is a little, I was hoping at least to kill one more by op losses, but no. Ship sunks was, I think, the most successful day ever for Jochen so far. You can see the whole amount of all Japanese ships here, but all 3.2, 3.2, 1 point. But you can see all this doesn't matter, but the AP, it's fast, it's big, long range. So this is really the top of APs the Japanese have. I don't have so many of them. Losing this kind of ship is of course a setback. But similar to my super tankers I lost early on, I have some. So long I don't lose every month one, it's okay. Every 3 months to losing one of these APs is acceptable, even for Japan. Good. In China not really anything happened. Oops. Xi'an is still moving on my unit, so Jochen already clean up this hex. So I will move my blocking units here with 800 attack value inside Xi'an. Then I have the second unit with roughly 3000, so I can bring up to 4000 attack value on Xi'an. I move in, prepare the attack, and wait that this unit will enter the hex and make a shock attack. So then I can bring together roughly 4000 attack value on the units are left in Xi'an. Maybe Jochen can bring all units out of the base quickly enough. Then I take the base for free. But maybe I can catch at least some units, some struggler, and then I can wipe them out. At least this is a hope. Here is nothing in the center of the front. I'm moving units back to my repair center, or repair base, Wushang. Here I can faster build them up. But nothing else happened here. After I take Kukong, I don't move here any units. I only bring a little order. Some units are a little burnt out. I bring back to Canton and then rebuild them or upgrade some equipment. Here was maybe the chance for me, but only in hindsight. I mean, I know I had a detection, and I was normally expecting an airstrike from carriers, or maybe out of Rangoon. And the only way I make air cover out of Rangoon, of Bangkok, is, you can see it's a range of 12. So I cannot make long range cap. Even a 0 can only make long range cap of 11. Simply. And the Oscar can only make long range up to 10. So you can only make normal radius. The long range cap will work. So I am out of range for long range cap. I cannot give air cover here. And even if I make long range cap, it's really sensitive against a direct hit. If there's any carriers here nearby, Maybe for Navy attack it will work okay, but I don't have the range, simply. So I don't expect here that normally a cruiser formation or battleship formation shows up. If I know this, I could normally put, of course, my torpedo bombers here oh, these are not the torpedo bombers. I could make my torpedo bombers here on Navy attack, and then I maybe had a very good day and sink here a lot of ships or cripple them. But this opportunity is missed simply because I don't expect it. I had here my carriers to normally lure out enemy fighters, but this was not working. Good. So Java is now completely under Japanese control. I also maybe capture some supplies. I'm not more sure if I had here 35 supplies before. I mean, the whole Java operation, I don't bring really much supplies. All of the supplies is normally captured. I capture some supplies in Surabaya, some in Batavia. So I bring here maybe 10 or 20,000 supplies with my units, and the rest is all captured. So because I'm running so low on supplies that I really cannot afford to ship a lot of supplies with my units. I need to take first all the bases. I need normally Palembang now, and I need Tarakan. And once I have these two bases and all of Java, all of Sumatra is done, and Borneo, then I will check where's the supplies and where I must move them. I lent here also some, this is some Navy guy units, because they have normally the ability that they can make amphibious assault with nearly never losing equipment. They have a very good chance to unload without damage, let's say this. And if there's no enemy units here, I can take the base. Once I take the base, I can unload here the army division. And because then the hex belongs to me, the unloading will be without accident. If I unload my division directly in the enemy base, then they still must load over the beach or unload over the beach, and then I always have maybe 1% of your units will die, and 1% of a whole division is still a lot. So I normally take the base first, then I load the heavy equipment if I have the chance, and so simply only minimize my losses. Here's the same. Here's nothing. I have scout information that the Americans are waiting here. There's a garrison request, so I can take this base. Then I can also use this other force to take this base. Then I encircle them and take them out, and then there's no one way. If I walk here directly, walk in, kill them, then they may run here. Then I must hunt them down. So I normally won't always encircle the enemy, similar to here, this situation. South Pacific, this day was nothing for me. I move my carrier southeast because I cannot come. I expect that Jochen will reinforce Sydney, and all of the ships are now already in port, so I don't want to go there more. So I move southeast because I was thinking maybe Jochen will bring in some cargo shipping here in the Auckland line, and for some reason I have no detection. Okay, I'm still far away, 14. I'm now maybe more or less in the too far away from every base to be detected. So here's a black spot for Navy Scout. So I try maybe to come here more close and see what happens in the next days. Here was an attempt but a failure. Now I lost the side of this convoy. I know there's somewhere a convoy here, but I don't know more where now. I also bring in here my escort carrier. I was hoping that I can lure out airstrike of Nomaya, but no, it was not working. So maybe I did split up the forces and release the battleships to go for hunting, and go back with the carrier to Luganville to keep here the air cover up, because Luganville is still just finish airfield damage, so I can soon bring in some air power and have here some fighters on the ground, not only on my carrier. Nothing else happened really. Everything is moving. Everything is moving. Here's the next carrier. The Shukaku is here running around. I was thinking maybe I bring the Shukaku maybe on direction of Pago Pago. Maybe this is a forward base many players use, so maybe there's some shipping I can think. So that I maybe have one carrier in Pago Pago and block here east of Fiji. And then I have battleships and one carrier around Norfolk Island simply to block every shipping between Fiji, Nomaya. So that I must push, or that Jochen must push all his cargo ships very source. But here it's impossible for me to go. I cannot go Auckland line, I can go, but only subs can go source of Auckland. It's too risky to operate any surface ships source of Auckland. So long I don't have Nomaya. If I have Nomaya, I can operate everywhere, but I don't have Nomaya. So thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.